and this would be played across a valley or across a canyon. And when the conditions are right, when there's hardly any air moving, you can get an echo that comes back 4 or 5 seconds later, and literally you can play on top of it and play duets with yourself. So the shepherds and the cowherds up in the alpine meadows, having nothing to do but watch the sheep and the cows during the summer, they would hand make one of these during a summertime. They would play it across the valley or across the canyon or whatever, across the cirque, and there would be someone in the next pasture and they would play it back to them. So they play traditionally melodies back and forth. One would play one phrase and the next person would hear it, he'd play the second phrase back, and it would go back and forth. And as I said, when conditions are very, very good, 2 or 3 of these playing, and then the echoes resulting from that sounds like there's an entire army of elk horns in the mountains. When there's no wind and the sound can carry, you can hear this up to several miles away. Now you might think that might be really loud here, but it's just the conditions and the echoes. So just think of the most reverberant venue that you've ever been in, like a large concert hall or maybe in some rocky canyon or something where you could just clap or talk and you hear your echoes going around. That's what it would be like in Alps in some areas where it really carries the sound. We're going to warm up just a little, and we're kind of stalling just a little bit of time till we get our third elk horn player up here. So we'll give you a treat on some of the sounds that we have on here. It plays the range, natural range, of about 3 octaves. The higher up we get in the range, the closer the natural steps or the harmonic overtones are, and we can actually play melodies in the upper part. The lower part, there's only 1 or 2 notes per each octave.
Why don't you go ahead and demonstrate?
Okay. Now that's our middle range octave. We can go all the way below there with just a practical playing range, which would be down about here. That's all the notes that naturally occur in there. It's like a bugle, no valves, just done with air pressure, air speed, and with the vibrations, or what we call the buzzing of our lips. And this is that's all it is. This is one really, really big megaphone. So I don't have to blow hard to get a good sound out of it. Second octave would be a few more notes. And then from there on up, it actually gets stepwise, and you can play very simple melodies, a lot of folk melodies. And that's about the limit of the range that you can play on that. It's very rare that you would even go up that high, except for the more virtuosic elk horn players, of which we try hard not to be. It's just too much work. And so Mr. Murdoch, who will be coming up here, he also plays, he has a group that just finished up down in the big tent, which is why he just missed this last tram coming up, because he didn't get over in time enough. But simple melody, let's see. Traditionally, I'd play that in about 4 separate times, and I'd just give just a little space in between that. It wasn't for the echo to come back around, and then I'd play on top of it. But being right on top here, and we probably have about a 10-mile-an-hour breeze here, so people in Heber over in the far valley might be hearing me. Probably not, because it expands, but all the sound's going that way. If we got down maybe in the cirque down here and play across, you'd hear it bounce off the wood, the stone faces there a bit. Want to try something? If you just want to display C's and G's all divided in the top. So there you have duets in harmony. If any of you would like to have your photo taken with the Alphorns, please come up. We'd be happy to pose or have you hold it. And this is something that you're not going to find that often as a live Alphorn player. Usually you see them on the commercials and they go. Hancock Rock.
Now they're just gonna take their picture. They're not gonna let us.
Up the side of the mountain on this. So if I pull this apart here and kind of showed you, this would be your tree trunk growing up. That would be about the angle of the mountain side where it grew out of. The traditional ones each have their own separate curve, a different curve, and no two are alike. Some of the more modern manufactured ones, such as these, just the bell is now formed out of a composite block of wood, but the rest of it is all one tree trunk. They trim the branches off the tree, cut it right off the ground level, and then they split the whole thing in half. Hollow it out, which is still a hand job. They glue the two halves together, and nowadays it's wrapped in what we have rattan, but this is high altitude spruce. They use it from these trees growing this high because about the first 3 to 5 feet there are no branches, so it's a clear wood, no knots, no holes in the wood. Secondly, it's a slow growth in a tight or a close grain wood, so it's very good to work with. It holds stability very, very well. As you can see, these are joined with metal joints now. This is simply for traveling compatibility. You know, it's just walking around like this. I have a red flag on the end, or watch you, I'm swinging it around on the back end.
But like there, right there.
Stay next to Mom.
I got some. Hold on. Ski cans. Yep.